Yeah, good morning, good morning. Today is March 7, 2022. Feel me? We're gonna be speaking speaking, motherfucker. We're gonna be speaking about the act of knowing, what it means to know. You feel me? That's gonna be the topic of the day. Yesterday, unfortunately, I didn't get. Oh, I gotta fix my balls. Hold on. All right, it feels good. It's better. So yesterday, I didn't get the privilege to even do my morning jogging because the bus broke down. Ironically, after a year of riding that bus, a year and some change, riding that bus, finally the bus broke down. You feel me? It's all good, man. So I couldn't get the chance to even run. So this morning, I took the privilege of even having to do so. But anyway, I want to talk the act of knowing. It's an act because it's let it pass. It's an act because it's a thing of beauty. It is just like any art on a wall, painted by an artist. You feel me? It's equivalent to any kind of poem written by people who write poetry and everything else like that, or an author who write the best books in the world. It's equivalent to the Constitution itself. You feel me? The act of knowing. What it means to know. Knowing is beautiful. You feel me? The world itself operates on information. If it wasn't for information, we wouldn't be able to communicate. Communication wouldn't have any substance to it. So knowing is basically the interaction between communication. It's the electricity that powers us together, basically. You feel me? The things that you must know, you feel me? Even when it's unknowingly, it's still known. It's just unknown to us, but it's still known. You feel me? So what? Yeah, let me come across this way. So what is the act of knowing? You feel me? What does it mean to know? What does it mean to be assured of what you know? What does it mean to stand firm in it? You feel me? How do you tell if somebody know? How do you tell if somebody do not know? You have to go by how people behave, how people treat other people, how people see things, how people perceive things, how people see themselves. You feel me? You can tell a lot about somebody, how they see themselves by the way they treat others. They don't have to tell you. You just got to watch how they treat others, how they see themselves. You feel me? Somebody's insecure. They'll always be they'll always be in the avenue of competition, constantly trying to compete themselves to others so they can reapprove to themselves that yes, I am good, because they're unsure of themselves. You feel me? So they always got to compete, and through that competition, when they win, then they know. You feel me? So there's so many ways of knowing, different ways of knowing. You feel me? But that's just an insecurity form of knowing, because they don't really know themselves. They only know themselves through affirmation by competing. Some know themselves through what other people tell them. Then they feel good about themselves. I want to talk about the people like myself who already know, and we don't have to do all these things already. Even when we don't know, we know something. That's even the idea of having faith. You feel me? Like, you feel me? Like, let it pass. I'm gonna walk this way, come back around, then we're gonna conclude it. You see, some people, especially my enemies, excuse the noise in the background, they do not know. You feel me? Some people do not know the act of knowing. I wouldn't say they do not know who they are, because do we really all know who we are at the same point? People always say, know yourself, know thyself, but that's a bunch of baloney, honestly. Because you can never stop learning about yourself, ever. You feel me? It's like so much components to who you are as a person. It's like a person who tell you to know thyself. You don't really know all of yourself yet. And on this earth, you can never know all of yourself. You can have a kid, and the kid will teach you more about yourself than you know about yourself. And you'll be like, oh shit, I learned something new. I've been learning about myself through my kid, and he resembled a lot of me. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense, because everything that we go through in life show a little bit of ourselves in others. You feel me? But that's why I said we do not know everything, but there's a known to it. You feel me? We carry ourselves as if we know already. You feel me? It's like the act of knowing is not knowing every and anything, but to have an idea, to spot yourself in things. Because some people don't even know how to spot themselves in things. Feel me? That's a whole nother topic. But the act of knowing, we're going to just stick to the topic because it goes to different revenues. And I'm like, I got to pull back a little because it's going to go to different subjects. Anyway, the act of knowing is being bold. You see, when you know something, if I know the answer to 1 + 1 and I'm in class and I know the answer is 2, right? As the other person do not know. And it's not my first time knowing the answer to it, because a person who knows and a person who know a new information is very excited. Me, they're raising their hand because they want to get the thrill of knowing something and having other people acknowledge that they know something. We talking about the person who has already went through that stage already. He knows the answer. He or she is waiting for other people to answer the questions. Because it's like this, it's like that information is well known already in his mind. You feel me? It's like when you in class and you know the answer, but you ain't one of the kids raising your hands like me, and you just waiting on everybody else. You just waiting on somebody else to answer the question, so you don't have to answer the question humbly. You're like, it should be easy, but yet nobody else is raising their hand, and you kind of in shock, and you like. Feel me? That's one of them small Asian or white kids or black kids in the classroom who everybody be looking around like, does anybody know the answer? Then out of nowhere, they just say the answer like, boom. It's like, what the fuck? They be like, yes, that's correct. That is correct. You feel me? That kind of act of knowing is the boldness of it. To know something that a lot of people don't really know. To articulate yourself in a way that most people do not know how to articulate themselves. Oh, what happened to all my sheep? They don't cook all of them shits? It's crazy. Oh, damn. What happened to the rest of them? These little niggas is done. You feel me? The knowing part of it is the reassuring. I don't have to prove myself to you to define who I am part, like the altar, like an altar, like somewhere that you stand on, like it's like the leadership part of it, the knowing itself. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the lack, I don't know what word to put, the lack of insecureness, the standing of a stillness. Is like, I am who I am. I don't really have to prove myself too much to y'all to like, I know who I am already. You feel me? It's like it's like this ship right here. Like, look at these things. Where the niggas at? I don't even think this is legal, is it? They know something. These niggas is eating comfortably. Look at that. You feel me? Almost as a sheep eating grass knowingly. Feel me? Have no care in the world what it is. He's just eating it. That kind of knowing, the knowing of not even having fear. That's the boldness of it. You feel me? It's like, it wouldn't even be bold to do such a thing. It's more like reassurance. It wouldn't even be reassurance. It wouldn't even be staying in your lane. No. What word can I use? the knowing of it. Like, it's like I'm trying to articulate what I'm seeing. The knowing, like when you know something, and you just know without a doubt. You know it. You don't have no doubts in your mind. It's like I know it. It's like I don't have any evidence to prove it, but I just know it. Anyway, when you have this knowing, people who don't have this knowing kind of make you sick. You feel me? There's a person who does not know things always seems to want to compete and prove themselves to others that they do know. You see, when you know, you like that kid in the class, you give everybody else a chance to see how many people know as much as you do. But when you do not know, you seem to want to be the first one out there to be like, I don't know, like always trying to be argumentative, always trying to compare yourself to others, always trying to showboat, like, I know that one. Like, you feel me? Stuff like that. Always trying to up one on somebody. Always trying to be like, I look better than you type of shit like that. Like, all these kind of insecure things that you claim is known. You feel me? You don't, that's a person who really does not know. You feel me? Because when you know these things without a doubt, you don't have to go and be like, if I am a champion is, let's assume that a champion is a person known. Everybody has to come and compete with the champion. Those who don't have the championship in their hand are the people that don't really know. But they all competing as if they are the champion itself. But they all coming for your title. But you feel me? That's how it goes. The champion competition comes to him. He is the top contender. That's a person who knows. You carry yourself like a top contender. Hold on, let me see what time it is. I'm about to go in. You carry yourself like a top contender. The ones that do not know, let it pass. I'm going to play with this message for a little bit, so it's going to be a series. The more we go on, the better the message becomes, because I just got it on this message itself. So people who do not know tend to be the ones, and I'm telling you, you can't really know everything. You feel me? A person who knows everything will have this brain decide. They'll have a big ass head, honestly, and it'll be impossible to know everything. The whole point of knowing is to have a discernment about things that come to you that is unknown or that is new. It's just that you have an open mindedness. You have a fair and just mind to understand things that are complicated, and you judge fairly. That's all you're doing, is basically making a decision or making a choice, because judgment is making a decision. That's what judges do. They make a decision whether the person did something wrong or something right. So you judge fairly. Then this is just the act of knowing itself. You feel me? So they say thou shalt not judge, is as if saying thou shalt not decide. You feel me? But that's not what they mean. Of course, we know that. But it's like you're making a judgment between two things. You don't have to know every every detail about what happened or what occurred. You just take the information that is provided and you make a decision on what you think is appropriate in that moment itself. That's what judges do by the law that is at hand. You feel me? So you take your righteousness and the things that we deem as a collective group that is right, and from there you carry yourself like as a person that is known, and you make the right decision and be like, this is the decision that I believe, and I know. And as you make the decision, you have to also inject yourself into the decision, knowing that if you was to ever do the same thing too, this is the judgment that's going to be coming upon you yourself too. So you have to be fair in your assessment of how you judge, how you make those decisions known. You feel me? Anyway, so when you know these things, you carry yourself accordingly, because you know you operating in good faith. There wouldn't be no reason for you to even have a strugglement with your identity. You don't have to know everything, like I said, man. You feel me? I just explained this whole judgment thing to you. You feel me? But you know that by moving forward and making a decision for yourself or anything else like that, you don't have to know every little thing. No, you don't. All you have to do is just make sure that you are fair in your judgment, how you process the situation at hand. You don't have to be like these other niggas who claim that they all these things, but yet they are constantly competing and very insecure about everything else that's going on. Plotting, planning. Come on, man. If you have to have a strategy, or if you have to plan, if you have to do all these things, that means that it does not come to you naturally. You feel me? This is the reason why you have to do all these things. A person like me, when it comes to reading something, I have to read 2 times just to get something. I read it and I read it again, then it sinks in. Some people read it 1 time, then it sinks in. The reason why I gotta read 2 times is because it takes a little while for me to get the thing. Well, that's the same thing with planning itself. Some people plan because they can't get it off they can't get it off in a natural state of form, so they have to plan and strategize in advance. That's a disadvantage. I have my own disadvantage. You feel me? But don't make it seem like it's like me bragging about me reading twice. Well, I read twice. That's why I get it better than you. No, nigga, no. The reason why I read twice, because it's like, it takes a little while for shit to sink into me. This is the reason why I have to sit down with information a little longer than other people. Yeah, I have to do that. Let it pass by. This is the reason why they have to plan. They have to plot. They have to intimidate. They have to do all these things because they do not know. There's a lack of knowing. You feel me? There's no confidence in thyself. It's like you're giving too much praise to the other person by putting too much time into them. You see, the reason why I have to read twice to get it, because the information is so important to me that I take the initiative to read it twice. It's important to me. You feel me? So anything that you pay attention to or show or give time to, you giving it the importancy over you, because you already shown it that respect. You feel me? They do not, like, if you don't know these things, this is what you become. You feel me? This is who you become. This is what you feel me, like, because they don't have the confidence. They don't even have the boldness. They don't even have the approach. They don't even have they don't even have a firmness about themselves. They don't have that carelessness shell around them that says this is without a doubt. You feel me? They don't have these things. So everything that they do is very fragile. Oh, let me see. I got you have to always do that. 3 minutes, 2 minutes, two. You feel me? So everything that they do about them is very fragile. This is why we always say they're weak. Because you're constantly looking outside yourself to affirm yourself to somebody else. When you know, you don't have to do none of those things. I don't know everything, but I know that if I look at this thing as many times as I want, let it pass. I'm bad on whiteys today. You see me? Be like, yo, I don't know everything, you know what I mean? But I know that I would not be competing with them. No, I don't want to compete with them. You know what I mean? I know who I am. In order for me to compete with them, it means that I'm saying that they are above me. Nobody compete downwards. Everybody compete with people to become better. You feel me? It's just, that's what it is. Unless you're playing a seasonal tournament and everything else, you gotta, even that, there's always somebody who's competing up. You feel me? Of course, the champion is going to be competing down because he's a champion. But everybody else is trying to catch a number one. I don't have to compete against you. You are competing against me because I am the content. I'm the top notch. I'm that nigga. You feel me? You took it upon yourself to strategize, to look for ways to get at me. Backdoor, indoor, civilians, looking, listening. These are all signs of insecurity. This is when you do not know, you go out and seek. But when you know, you don't have to seek. The Lord comes to you. You feel me? Information comes to you. You don't have to go to the Mediterranean and breathe in some good air and be like, oh, this is a good atmosphere. You feel me? People who do not know tend to go find answers. or tend to seek out to go find these things. But when you know, like there's no need for you to, if you knew better, you do better, like I said, you feel me? But anyway, I'm about to go in, man. I'm not even gonna waste no more time. Feel me? It's complicated, it's a complicated information, but when you are as firm as a comb on the floor, it's just, without a doubt, a strong tree. No wind can blow you anyhow they want to blow you. You feel me? You don't have to be all over the place. It's like, you feel me? A person who comes from a good family is not easily persuaded. But a person who doesn't know much is easily persuaded. This is the reason why girls be moving and boys be moving all over the place. You feel me? Anyway, gotta go.